Good evening once again. It's Monday night, so you know what that means. It's a double helping, a double O'Raven and SOP Summer Series. It's the season finale tonight, and we are about to see the pros. And once again, it's not the royal we. I am joined by co-commentary royalty, the finest in the business, our Antipodean brother from another mother. It's Kane Denham. How are we doing this evening, Kane?
Good evening, everyone. Big intro, big build up. Lot to live up to there. I am fantastic this evening, Bart, and I'm ready for 90 minutes.
Oh
around
yeah.
Silverstone, John. We're in for a treat tonight.
Yes, we are, my friend. 90 minutes. It's the pros. It is Car Mentalists Championship. He has won this with a week to spare. So massive congratulations to Car Mentalist. Given the field that he's up against, to do this with a week to spare, not only that, it makes an absolute mockery of my prediction that it would go right down to the last checkered flag. So thanks very much for that one, Car Mentalist. I'm only joking. It's still a battle royale though, for second and third. Militant and Albie leading the way, but only just. Jack confirming he is a West Ham fan in the chat earlier. He's only a point behind Albie and a point ahead of Floppy Fox. 102, 103 and 104 points respectively. Still plenty of other positions to fight for as well. Neil Afonso, SV5 Tropic Rock, Akfra and Octane making up the top 10, but Flashato and that guitar dude just poised on the outside. And we've got the likes of Leon Seeley, Best can't race tonight, Tumnos, Chromedix, who can't race tonight either, Clueless God, Ben Gallagher, Milanista and Alpha Toro in on the action as well. As you'll know, we usually do see a little bit of qualifying, but we've only just finished the previous race, so let's just quickly jump on board and look at what we all want to see. It's this season's winning car. That is Car Mentalist, currently third in the qualifying. And when I say currently third, qualifying's actually finished, so that is the qualifying results we are actually looking at. I'm not flustered getting two broadcasts this close together. You are. Let's have a look at the timetable then, Kane. We've got Flashato and Albie on the front row, Car Mentalist third, Tumnos fourth, Akfra in fifth, SV5 in sixth, Floppy Fox seventh, Jack West Ham eighth, Militant in ninth, and Tropic Rot in 10th. Given some of the positions that we've just gone over and how close these lap times are, this is going to be an absolute face melter of a classic we've got here, bud.
Absolutely, John took the words. Yeah, I was just about to mention that exact thing. Check Flashato out there in the McLaren, currently down in 11th position, 72 points, pole position. Good finish here. He's going to jump all the way, 5th, 6th, something like that. He could jump up to 6th or 7th, sorry. So good finish here in the last race. Good to see Flashato's season standings really jump. But he's got some very quick drivers capable behind as well. SOP Albie on the front row with him there. Car Mentalist just behind. FRT Tumjos, as you said. So these guys will be locked for battle today. You got Tumjos there as well, John. 15th in the championship currently. Up in the second row of the grid. So just again proving how close these drivers really are. It comes down to track selection a lot of the time.
Yeah,
in the chat, we've got that guitar dude just about to set off on a race as usual. Just chatting in the chat, typing in the chat, getting multitasking. Zombie Dom in the chat as well. Vroom vroom. Let's go. It's race day.
Yeah, Zombie Dom actually, he's in the arms. I tell you what we'll do actually. Well, yeah, sorry, I've done you guys at home a slight injustice. At the same time as well, and the drivers as well. Here is what the amateur championship looks like at the moment, and it is Jimmy Boy Horn that is leading the way into the last race with a 24-point lead over Shab Josh. Salmakis is in third, and then it's Dark Blue Dan in fourth, Etienne in fifth. Etienne, thank you again for the Prime subscription this evening. Best of luck to you and everyone else in that race, of course. GT Charity 6, Murcielago 7th. Then it is that Texas MC? It is in 8th with SP Madeira in 9th, and RD Yokachan in 10th. All I can say, been a decent turnout in the Arms. Slightly disappointing in the Pro-Ams. The Arms have had a decent turnout as well. Darnell, Fearless Freak, High Grade, BCOZ, Hellraiser, Tarmac and F1 Lanks also taking part. But it looks like Jimmy Boy Horn is in prime position to be promoted, the automatic promotion. And Shab Josh and Sal Makas will be battling it out with Dark Blue Dan to get the chance to be promoted as well. Let's bring this back up on screen. No, let's bring it up with that screen. 27 seconds until the drivers start their formation lap. We are going to start with the formation lap and we're going to jump on board with our series victories. Qualified in third, that is Car Mentalist. He's on the second row of the grid, so we'll watch the formation lap there. It is a course that, of course, Kane and I both know very, very, very well. I've still got the psychological traumas from Kane sandbagging, clotheslining me on the start-finish line. But Kane, very, very, very different conditions to when you mercilessly annihilated me during that race. It is a very hot track.
I thought we were almost going to get through a pre-race analysis without our little collision.
Coming together. I'm beating up Mike.
A little love up there. Yeah. No, it definitely was different conditions.
But yeah, 44 degrees is what I was getting at there. So we couldn't be much further making 44-degree track temperature. Never mind the face melting extravaganza for the viewers. That is a tyre melting nightmare for the drivers.
Yeah, it sure is. Keeping those tyres on the 12th day. Pit stops are going to be crucial. Getting these guys and their strategies out well and truly in play. So, a very interesting battle, no doubt.
Really was. Oh, GT Charity, good evening. We're just going over the results from the Arms, mate. Best of luck in your race this evening. There's TJ Abdubal. I'm still going to mispronounce it, TJ. How you doing, Mike? Good racing from you earlier on, bud. I hope you enjoyed that. Floppy Fox, another one in the chat, multitasking. Will you people stop this? Do you not understand? I struggle to drive at the best of times. You're in the Pro Series and typing in the chat. We'd love to see it, but you're driving. How do you manage it? Seriously, I can't do it with all my concentration. Charity, you're not racing. What? What's going on? According to this, you should be right in the mix. Ah, broke your hand, dude. Ah, Charity.
Bring the cities to the racing, quick, smart. Speedy recovery, GT Charity. Hopefully.
Yeah, and remember, don't rush back or anything. Don't be silly. No, get it healed properly. Don't have any recurrent injuries. You know, that's sort of like, take it from someone that knows about recurrent injuries. Pushing too quickly, too early from my basketball career as a young nipper. Yeah, definitely take your time, get healed up properly, and yeah, can't wait to get you back on track, mate. That is unfortunate as well. Right enough, because you missed, the last two races. Still sitting 6th in the championship, even though, with 2 victories in your class as well, Charity. The pain. Sorry, it doesn't make it much. Probably doesn't help us going on about it, does it?
He's just gotten over it. He's moved on. John's got those memories resurfaced all over again. It's going to be okay, Charity. It's going to be okay. Got the break leading after this race, and we'll have you fit and strong in 5 weeks' time, no doubt. But yes, don't rush that back, mate. Fix your injuries, for sure.
Yeah, get yourself all sorted. We are in for a cracker here. Let me just make sure I don't mess up the screen again. Streamlabs has been a bit funky, so I do apologise for any ups and downs in the sound or wiggles in the screen, but the PlayStation 4 is only at semi-boil, so it should stay on, and we've done all the updates, so we just need it all to stick together, as the pros will be hoping. It is, of course, Silverstone. We are at 1948. This monster of a track was built, and even though it looked like someone from an X-Men logo back in the day, it hasn't actually gained that much distance since it was built. Still the 3.6 miles or 5.8 kilometres if you're a smart arse like Kane. And that is where we will see the drivers. Of course, it is the Grand Prix Arena circuit with the original pit that these drivers will be using. They're going across the checkered line now. That's where the race is going to end, but that red and white line, it's just appeared. This is where we're going to see some green lights, and there go. Very clean start by everybody, and I tell you what, yeah, Flashato holds on to the lead. Car Mentalist is getting swamped, and I'll tell you what, ERS Agfra tries to go around the outside. Oh, and it's a Hamilton Verstappen moment, only this time the Mercedes is the one on the outside, and it survives. We've got the Ferrari in the background, and Floppy Fox is pressuring as well. He's got SV5 just in front of him. That is going to be a phenomenal battle, I kid you not. Let's have a look through Maggots and Beckett's then from on board with our championship winner. That is Car Mentalist. He's in 4th at the moment, so Tumnos has actually taken a place from him. Yeah, he had. Is he in 4th? Not Time of Board's going crazy. Let's just see as they come through Stone Vale. Or Vale and Stone, whichever way you want to make. Ooh, I tell you what, that's Albie running a little bit greedy on the track limits there, coming in the club. The left hander, it's Flashato leading the way. Albie 2nd, Tumnos in 3rd. Car Mentalist 4th, Agfra. No rear view mirror in the McLaren, but there is Agfra. You can see how close he is, and I'll tell you what, we're going to have to jump on board with this pack at the back. So I think Floppy Fox has made up a place from SV5. No, he's not. Absolute fake news once again. Jack West Ham and Militant in close attention. Tropic Rot in 10th, Milanista. Oh no. Tropic Rot is in 11th. Milanista's got the move done in the Porsche coming in 11th. That guitar dude is, yep, he's in 12th. Octane, yep, he's definitely 13th. Then the Ben Gallagher in 40th. Neil Alfonso in the Ferrari. Come on, Neilio, you can do it, bud. He is in 15th place. I'm not showing favourites to the Ferrari drivers. You are. Tumnos is in 3rd place. He's trying to close the gap on Albie. Flashato in 1st. Agfra, look how close this is. Kane, you and I are in for such a long night of commentating here. What an opening exchange from the pro drivers, and it doesn't look like it's going to yield up anytime soon. Right in one another pockets, and the opening lap is in the bags and looking beautiful for this race so far.
Sure is, John, sure is. Did see Tim Joss get the head on Car Mentalist, so he's jumped back 1 position, but not too many changes throughout the rest of the field so much. Neil Alfonso has dropped a couple of positions. Tropic Rot dropped 1 position as well, which means Milanista's up a couple. So yeah, good start for the guys as they head through from on their 2nd lap now through Maggots and Beckett's. Yeah, great start from all the drivers out there in the Pro Series tonight. The Shadow's got off to a good healthy start. It's got Albie right in his rear view mirror up there, so gonna have to, these tyres are still going to be warming up, although it is 44 degrees out there. It's not going to take long. Albie on the inside here avoids contact, John. Albie right up the outside now. The Shadow's gonna hold the inside through.
Club.
Oof.
Oh, he nearly clubbed him there, didn't he? How close is this? Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody ever wonders why I'm so dedicated to getting console racers on screen, this is why. They are some of the finest on the planet, okay? It doesn't matter what platform you're using. Yeah, racers are everywhere, and this is showing. Oh, I tell you what, he's made a bit of a mistake there. I'll be trying to put the attack on, and Tumnos is going to come straight back through the loop. And Car Mentalist, he's got himself that place back against Tumnos then. Oh no, he's not. That's Agfra still in arrears. I'm getting myself way too excited at the action going on. Really struggling to keep up with what's going on. Floppy Fox, Jack West Ham. That's Militant, actually. Jack's got the move done on Floppy Fox. Oof, he's not messing about in the Bentley. He's up to 7th then. His next point of call is going to be SV5, Jack West Ham 7th, Floppy Fox 8th, Militant in 9th, followed by FRT Milanista in 10th, Tropic Rot 11th, Qatar Dude in 12th, Ben Gallagher 13th, Octane 14th, Neil Alfonso in 15th. we've seen some mighty powerful undercuts in the silver finale, and we're going to see the same this evening in the pros. That might be the only time Kane and I actually get to catch our breath during this race. As you can see the map down at the bottom, there's what, 2 seconds separating the whole field, apart from Neil Alfonso just at the back there. Mr. Deathzone in the chat putting in the spinning emotes just to keep me distracted. Love it. Turn down for what? Good evening, Yuri. I was unlucky earlier, mate. Great drive though. to recover. Skill is needed. PS4 or PC makes no difference. You still have to drive the car. Exactly. Robbie boy, good evening. Hi, Mr. 19. Kid.
Hello, Mr. Jackson.
That's, tell you what, Tropic Raw up the inside of that guitar, dude. Yep, he's got that move done. I tell you what, Ben Gallagher's going to come sniffing as well up the inside. That guitar is going to have to yield another place in Octane. It's going to come sniffing as well. Oh, look at that around the other side. Mr. Deathzone. That guitar did, weaves left and right. Manages to defend against Octane there. Ben Gallagher through. Tropic Rot through. Then it's the double Porsches of Milanista and Militant. Just ahead of the Militant, we would like to say. You'll notice on the points board he has 113 points. That is because we adjusted the points after last week's race. For anybody that's wondering and saw the end of the race and saw Militant finish away down the order, he did in fact finish in 4th. There was a glitch. The stewards looked at it afterwards. They confirmed he did complete the race correctly. It was simply a timing board glitch. So, he was promoted back to 4th place. Hasn't done him much good at the start of this race, so he is down in 8th. But that is why he's in 2nd place in the championship, because he was re-promoted to 3rd. 4th place last week after it was discovered he suffered a glitch in the game, which was nothing to do with him at all. So the stewards looked back at the video evidence and fixed it for him, which you absolutely love to see, because yeah, we can't have problems, and we definitely want to make sure that the fairest results possible are handed out, and don't want any of these glitches, because yeah, Kane, yeah, I'm sure you remember the confusion last week with Militant in the Porsche, but that has been adjusted. But that was, yeah, that's definitely not something we'll want to see this week, especially given how close this lot are on the field just now.
Yeah, the confusion was real and long. We spent a good chunk of that trying to work that out last week, so let's hope we don't have the same issues to deal with this week here. So Flashado's off, got nearly 2 seconds on Albie here. Albie's in a real fight with FRT Tumjos as well. So great start from Flashado in that McLaren. Fresh air in front, clear air behind. So he's going to look to get the head down, work into his laps, and just get this job done. Plenty of battling in the midfield too. Militant coming up on SOP SV5 with half a second there. So plenty to unfold, no doubt.
Yeah, there really is. We've just quickly jumped on board with Acra then. We're coming into the village complex. We do love the sound and the sights that come along with the Mercedes, and I don't just mean the rear view mirror or that steering wheel, because just ahead of them you can see the battle for, well, the podium and beyond. That's Car Mentalist Championship winner just ahead of them. Tumnos, Albie and Flashato there. This Flashato turning left now. There's Albie and Tumnos. Look how close they are. Apparently one car coming into Brooklands, this final corner complex. Very technical, very easy to make a mistake, run wide, touch too much curb, get the power down. Jack has overtook SV5, so he has. Oh no, we did notice that. We did notice that earlier, sorry. Yeah, Jack has got ahead of SV5, and he's got himself a bit of a gap. All these guys running in the 2 minutes, SV5 2 minutes too, so he's really struggling on that last lap. Lost a lot of time, so did Milanista. So Militant will be stretching that gap. Last week it was Snetterton, but the glitch is common here. Fingers crossed we don't see it tonight. Indeed, Marky Marks. Marky Marks, better to have positions decided on track than by an error. Exactly, is it? Nicholas, how we doing, bud? Nico, fresh from his exertions last night. Sorry, Kane, you're about to... we've got an O.
Floppy Fox, John, had a bit of an off there. He's currently all the way back in last position. So 7th at the start. Finds himself down in
he's spinning
last
again.
position, and that... yeah, that Ferrari not looking that well. Not doesn't look that easy to handle at the moment. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. Might have a quick look.
Yeah. Go and check check the replay and see what happened there. Yeah, the back tires. We did notice as well in the silvers earlier, a lot of drivers really struggling with the back tyres. And it was a wide variety of cars as well. It wasn't like it was specifically the Macas or the Bentleys or whatever. The Lambos, sorry. The Lamborghinis. Kane's got his phone on silent. The Lamborghinis, actually, they were very much suffering at the hands of the track. I'll be a second and a half off. Tumnos still paying close attention there. Solid battle in the middle of the field as well. We'll jump back on board. Let me just... nope, that's not the right button, John, you donut.
And he's done it all by himself. Floppy Fox, unfortunately, off the Hamilton straight, John. That very fast right-hander at Abbey. Lost control of that Ferrari, and it's gone haywire. So those tyres will be red hot at the moment. He's obviously had another little issue as well. I'm just waiting to find out what that issue was. But yeah, Floppy losing it through Abbey and doing a complete 360, getting it back on track.
And he's running again, but yeah, running at the moment dead last. Tropic Rod down to 14th as well. So Neil Afonso up 2 places. Great to see. I'm tempted to jump on board with Militant. He's trying to get a move done on SV5. Not going to happen at the moment. Car Mentalist then. Oh, here we go, here we go. Come on, cameraman. Sorry, get a bit right with the cameraman. Try to keep up with what's going on here. Because coming into club once again, it's Maka on Ferrari. Coming into club, and the Mercedes of Akfra in the background, loitering with fierce intent. There's Leon Seeley, of course, won't be driving this evening because he's on holiday visiting the family. How we doing, Leon? What's cooking in the hood? We're all cooking, mate. It's about 400 degrees where I am. There's thunder, lightning, rain, and muggy temperatures. It is, quite frankly, ridiculous. It is quite frankly ridiculous. Leon, please don't answer that. If you're at the beach drinking cocktails, please just lie to me. Tell me it's raining or something. Just, yeah. Don't break my heart too much. I've already seen pro drivers typing while they're driving. I don't need that. I'm only kidding, Leon. No, I hope you're sunning yourself, mate, and enjoying the best of holidays there out with the family. Can't wait to see you back on track as soon as possible. Get involved in more of this, tell you. You'd have been a cracking addition to this final race of the series. Octane, Ben Gallagher, that guitar dude, still going out a hammer and tong for a top 10 position. It's Milan Easton that's in the top 10. Ben Gallagher is on the bubble and he's on the rear spoiler of Milan Easton. That guitar dude hanging on in there, trying to find the moment to get a move done on the guys ahead of him, but he's got Octane in the Lexus all over the back of him. I tell you what, Octane has got a great run coming through Woodcut. He's going to come into Cops. Is he going to pop a wheel in? Nope. Thinks better of it. Wow. Who knew you could get through that corner without popping the wheel in there and endangering your competitor? Anyway, coming into Maggots and Beckett's, Octane again drops back into place. It's McLaren on McLaren, then is up that guitar dude just goes right up on Ben Gallagher. So managed to defend and close the gap. Milanista with a little bit of a gap there, but let's jump on board then with the dude and his guitar, although Car Mentalist and Tumnos battling for the podium. Somebody please tell me where to look. It's all action all the time. 13 minutes into the race, still got an hour and 17 minutes to go. Floppy Fox is taking his mandatory pit stop. That's an early one in the Ferrari. He's going to struggle to get to the end. An hour and 17 minutes on one tank of fuel. That will require fuel saving, I would think. But this battle in the middle here, Car Mentalist on Tumnos, and they have closed up on Albi as well then. They're well within a second at Albi now, as you can see. Very close group in there. Militant still trying to get a move done on SV5. Ben Gallagher into Abbey side by side. It's a brave move there. That guitar dude thought it was a brave move as well. He panicked and he's lost the back of the car. He's lost the back of the car in the background there. And it is that guitar dude facing the wrong way. Octane, job done for him. Moves up to 11th position. Ben Gallagher and Milanista still dueling it out. Old school. Battles at the front, battles at the back, Kane. My voice isn't going to last all night. I hope you're ready for a busy shift, my friend, because tell me where to look. This is, yeah, phenomenal opening from the pros.
Sure is, John, sure is. Battles are happening all over the place, as you said. You're not going to enjoy my next set as I've just been off dealing with the little one, so I've missed everything you've mentioned. I'm on with them just now, but locked in battle with Albi, so let's look at that, because Car Mentalist is not far behind as well. Those guys battling it right out. That's 4 Albi eventually will be for championship positions. So yeah, let's keep a quick eye on that. What else we got locked in there?
Took me ages. Yeah, but just have a look at that. Ali Reza D1 SV5. He's here on SV5. Love to see it. Lady M28. Sorry, I didn't get the notification there straight away, but thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the gang. No, that's not. No. There we go. That's the screen of one. Squirrel. We are watching Tumnos then, although that gap is now spread out a bit, so these three have let one another go then. Car Mentalist. Oh, what? Wait, Car Mentalist in 7th, Kane. What's going on there? We've got another follow coming in as well. Wow, Ali Riza, D1, thank you for the follow after cheering on SV5. Yes, love to see that. Get cheering on. So are you teammates with SV5 or are you just friends? What's the crack? Or are you just a Ferrari fan? Because if you're a Ferrari fan, I'm a fan. But yeah, Car Mentalist now down to 7th position. Doesn't seem to be carrying any damage, so not sure what happened there. Kane can maybe have a quick check on the replay. That's been promoted Militant and SV5. Jack West Ham up to 4th place now. Wow. Tumnos in 3rd, Albi in 2nd, and Flashato absolute dominance at the moment. 3 seconds ahead of Albi. So he's running great guns at the moment. No, it's Octane and Ben Gallagher. They're still ahead of Milanista, who's now defending against Neil Afonso. Come on, Neilio in the Ferrari. Octane and Ben Gallagher then. Ben no longer on the bubble. He's been promoted, and it's Octane that's on the top 10 bubble. Trying to get right inside there. And he might pop one up the inside of Maggots and Beckett. No, he's dropped slightly back a bit there. Didn't get the run out of cops that he would have liked. And that's giving Ben a bit of breathing space then. Coming through Maggots and Beckett's. No such luxury for Milanista though. He has got a bright red Ferrari. John, you need more coffee. Or less coffee. What do we think? Less coffee? Come on guys, I missed that lol. Now we have to go on Car Mentalist stream. Yeah, I missed that too actually. Any updates on Car Mentalist, Kane?
Yeah, turn 1, John Cox lost it all by himself again. That fast right hander. Just seen that just now. So next time getting on track, make sure not to hit anybody else coming past. So bit of avoiding action there. But yeah, Car Mentalist down 7th position. So I'd fight back for him on the cards, even though that series season is locked up. He is the champion. We'll see Car Mentalist still try and fight back, gain those positions, no doubt.
Yeah, we did see a lot of cars losing it in cops in the silvers as well. I'm sure there was one lap we saw 4 cars just spin coming through cops. I'm not sure if they're throwing it in a bit too quick, trying to extract too much time from. Oh, the Porsche of Milanista then. That is a compromised exit. And I tell you what, Wellington straight coming into Brooklands. This is going to be an interesting decision. Neil Afonso's going to have to think about it in the Ferrari right up the inside. The Ferrari much better on the brakes. He's gone the wide line there, so he's taken the 2nd apex. But the Porsche.
Oh, and that's
disconnected.
Disconnect.
Ah.
Milanista driving off into the sunset there.
Oh, we've lost 3. We've just had 3 cars disconnect.
3?
Well, we're down to 14. No, sorry, we're down to 14 drivers. How many did we start with?
15. Very good.
Oh, it was 15. It was 15. Okay. Oh, it was 17 in the silvers. Right, okay. Too many races, too many drivers.
Too many things to concentrate on, John. So,
yeah.
Ben Gallagher up into the 9th position from a last to first challenge, no doubt. No time set there for Ben Gallagher or Octane in the qualifying. So Ben Gallagher, as I said, up into 9th. It's good stuff from him. What are we, 9 laps in, 10 on the 10th lap, so plenty of time left.
Car Mentalist swoops past the Militant then.
Acfra's had an off as well here, John. I could be stuck in the replay button all night. Acfra's down in 8th position at the moment, so back behind Car Mentalist. You know, Car Mentalist lost it at Cops, so lost a few positions there. So all of those Militant SV5, Jack, all gaining positions there through car mentalists and Actra's mistakes.
Right, okay. Yeah, Cop certainly seems
Ben
to be...
Gallagher doing real well to avoid contact there under brakes. Very close on Actra.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, Nader Pro Club cheering on SOP SV5 as well. Marky Mark's letting us know. Those two drivers that didn't set quality times, Kane, they both had quality bans due to incidents in the previous week's race at Snetterton. That would have been. So yeah, Octane getting very close. So yeah, so those two on quality bans. We have lost the driver due to a disconnect, but still, Ben and Octane, great recovery drives, 9th and 10th at the moment. Car mentalist.
Thank you, Marky Marks, for that information.
Yeah, you think I would have had that noted? Probably should have as well. We're back on board with Car Mentalist. He sees himself back up into 6th position, and fan favourite SOP SV5 is the driver ahead of him. So I'll tell you what we'll do. If we jump on SV5 and we'll go on to his... Could you spoiler cam? Get down, come on. Mr. Death Zone requesting the RNA impressions as always. Get out of here. And there we go. On board with SV5. There's Car Mentalist. As I say, champion-elect was crowned last week, won the championship with a week to spare, which, again, cannot be underestimated what a feat that is, given the strength of the rest of the field. As you can see, he's won the championship. He's currently in 6th, being held up very easily by the driver in 5th. I'll tell you, with this ERS Militant in the background in the Porsche, he'll certainly be looking to make the most of closing this gap. A couple of cars just behind him as well. Coming into the Village Complex. Wow, the McLaren looking very planted here. He's going to pop one up the inside in Village by the look of it. Can he hold his line? Wow. That was pretty neat. That was pretty neat. What a line taken there by Car Mentalist. Although the Ferrari's got a good... Oh, he's touched the grass and that's that battle over. Yep, you'll see the gap extend then. Slipstream won't quite be enough. SV5 may be able to try something in the braking zone, but it's going to be a lunge if he does. No, I didn't think he would. None of the drivers in the pros the type to make the wild lunges you would see in public lobbies. Very conserved driving there from SV5. Realises he's been beaten and he will regather and try and fight that one another day. Hang on to the slipstream if he can. Try and close that gap. He's also going to have to defend from ERS Militant in the Porsche, who's definitely made the most, like I say, of that battle in front of them. And yeah, good old Mustafa. Ah, what am I missing? Mustafa? I've missed something there, Kane.
Yes, I'm trying to catch up on that too, John.
You're busy in the replay button trying to find out what's been happening with the rest of the field.
Yeah, and then I'm in the chat trying to work out good old Mustafa. Leon Sealy, sorry, I'm lost there. I am watching Octane and Ben Gallagher, those two drivers with the qualifying bans. They're on a charge here. Ben's just avoided contact previous laps with Actra through braking, which brought Octane right back into it. They've just separated a little bit at the moment. Floppy Fox back in the pits. That's a return to garage. Not a good day for Floppy out there, so he could possibly be seen waiting in the pits for the rest of this race. Doesn't look good.
No, that is unfortunate, definitely. Alright, okay, SV5's name is Mustafa. So there you go then, that's SV5's actual name. So,
there we go.
There we
Makes so much sense.
It really does when you put it in a contest like that, but yeah, he is having a great run at the moment in 6th. That is the championship leader. Just ahead of him, he's got Militant in the Porsche, breathing down his neck, but having some very quick, clean lines at the moment. 1 hour and 6 minutes still to go. Out of the running for that final podium with Floppy in the pits again. Yeah, Floppy was on for getting himself someplace near the podium, I believe. This one, you told me. Yeah, Floppy was very close, in fact. Yeah, let me in fact tell you what we can do. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Hey. Yeah, Floppy Fox, 5th place. Oh, so of course he was. He's only 2 points behind Albie. There's only 2 points separate 3rd and 5th. and Militant is only 9 points ahead of Albi. So
Flocky's just joined the chat. Done, messed up the setup before the race start. Way too loose on the rear. Couple of spins, tyres are staying brand, hot PSI. He's had an absolute mare of a start of the race there, guys.
yeah, that really is.
Really unfortunate to see that in the final race, as we did say. The word you're saying, still in contention for that podium spot, so huge news there.
Yeah, that is brutal. That is brutal, but that does open up for a lot of the other drivers now. It's certainly going to make it an interesting ending. Simon's sitting there casually watching, doesn't realise just how much calculator work he's going to have to put in before the end of the race to work this one out.
Before the end, I hope that calculator work started now, Simon.
Yeah, seriously. We need all the fingers and toes. Get the kids out as well, mate. You need to use them too. Get all their fingers and toes to get them all counting. While we've got everyone watching as well, Benny, we want to say a massive congratulations to our two Coach Dave Academy setup winners from the Coach Dave Academy event on Saturday night. It was 75 minutes at Mazzano and GT4s. If you like that, please, 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 please watch it. One of the greatest races I've ever commentated on. But the winners for the Coach Dave Academy, in no particular order, were of course Borneo and MX Bloxham. They both win their choice of Coach Dave Academy setups. And we will be having another monthly Coach Dave, so if you want to get involved with that or any of the other racing that you see on screen, and if you can't see this on screen and don't want to get involved, the Even Sim Race, come on. Click that link there, and that will take you straight to our Discord group. You can get involved. Over 1,500 active racers between PS4 and PC, and we're broadcasting about 4 or 5 times a week now. So yeah, you could get your name up in lights or hear an overexcitable Scotsman, Australian or Welshman screaming your name down the microphone as you battle out for podiums, top 10s, top 15s, or even just a personal best lap time like I do every race that I get involved in. That's pretty much the goal. Just go a little bit quicker than you did the last time, and everything is definitely well worth it. But if you do want to get involved, of course you can. Click that link, come in, say hi and get involved. This is the last race of the summer series. We'll go to the autumn series very soon. Time trials will open very shortly indeed. The 7 tracks have been decided. We can reveal that the first track that we will be driving for the autumn series will be Zolder. So go get yourself some practice in if you want to take part. That's not where the time trials are. You still need to do the time trials. But the first race of the season, next season, will be at Zolder. So you can get your practicing shoes on, get some laps in, and see if you can get yourself up somewhere near the top tier. Promises to be another 7-week extravaganza, much like the one we've just had. Ben, the battle with Octane has now spilled over, and it's Acfra that they've gotten themselves very, very, very close to it indeed. Let's get a good, yeah, there we go. Oh, he's flashing his lights. He feels he's a lot quicker there. So he's going to try up the inside of Brooklands. Nope. Into Luffield, they're going to come. Yeah, Floppy Fox, yeah, well done. Great season. What are the requirements for split entries? It's a time trial, Leon. Basically what they do is a time trial. Kane and I were supposed to, or I was supposed to follow. I was nothing to do with Kane, it's totally my fault. I was supposed to follow up and get, there's a special graph that a really clever man, and once everybody has given us their times, they work out a percentage, and once all the times have been processed, we then work out who goes where, so that it's all down to a time trial. Ah, that just broke.
Yeah, the hard work's all in the, you don't have to do the hard work, Leon. You just do a couple of laps at a few different tracks, just the 2 tracks, I think. And the rest is done by the computer guys. They do a great job there with all the standings and all those. They have scientific formulas to work out what they do.
Graphs and spreadsheets and abacus and all the high-tech technology. Ben with a
letters and
lights.
numbers and all that stuff.
Oh, Ben! Bit of a rear-ender in the braking zone there, not quite as patient as he normally is. And he has just put paid to Akfra. Probably going to be a quality ban for the start of the next season. I'm only kidding. These things are easily done. It's easy. Oh, and that's SV5. What's going on there? SV5 is floundering. Militant is through. Ben Gallagher is through. What is going on? Top 3 are guaranteed.
I look away for 2 seconds, John. I've been on board with SO Militant and SV5 last 5 minutes. They've been locked in battle real tight. So I look away for 2 seconds and something goes on. That's brilliant.
Yeah, so there we go. Big news. SV5 tumbling down the field. Wow. Silverstone never fails to deliver. And Copse Corner is making an absolute mockery of every tier of driver that we currently have, and there's 4 of them so far. SV5 then find themselves under all kinds of pressure now from Octane. So Octane definitely looking to steal as much camera time as possible. He has been there or thereabouts in everything that's been happening. Great battle again. Started from the back with a qualifying ban. Why was that so difficult to vocalise? It's easy, peeps. Verbalise, is that even the word I'm looking for? But he's back up to 9th place. He's got SV5 just in front of him. And again, we've seen guys in the chat saying with the track temperature, really difficult. If you have a spin to get your tyres back down to some kind of decent operating range, could well...
That's exactly what SOP SV5 is going to have on his hands right now, John, because it was Abby again because of the scene of the accident. Done a complete 360 on track, so those tyres are going to be well and truly lit up. It's going to be interesting to see how he handles that for the next few laps.
Yeah, it really is. Akfra's into the pits then. I was just about to say we could definitely see drivers start coming into the pits. These cars will definitely do an hour on a tank of fuel and a set of tyres. So yeah, we can certainly see them start coming flooding into the pits now. We'll keep on board with this battle. Let's we've seen most of the cars tonight. Let's have some onboard footage from a Lexus. Helmet cam, no rear view mirror for the Lexus, so let's go for the bonnet. Yeah, or the hood, if you're that side of the Atlantic. Make sure that we care for everyone. Coming along the Wellington Straight then. It is the Lexus that is closing the gap. Oh, look how much he's closing there under braking. Oh, bit of a wiggle there, bit of snap oversteer, runs a bit wide. You've got to say SV5 does look like he's struggling with those tyres a bit. The Lexus certainly appearing to have a bit more grip. He runs wide and kicks up a bit of dust from the left-hand curb here, coming in the Woodcourt. Definitely know what you want to be doing. We're going to come into Copse then. Oh, I was going to jump into Helicopter and go side by side. Let's just have a look and see what happens here. The Lexus falls back into place. Magnussen Beckett is still going to be the Ferrari of SV5 in 7th position. Ben Gallagher with a 2 minutes 8. Neil Afonso in 10th now with a 2 minutes 2. That guitar dude 2 minutes 1. So he is keeping commensurate pace at the moment as well. But it is the Lexus and the Ferrari, and I've left that on the wrong screen again. That didn't even transition, coming along towards Vale and Stowe. And this is certainly going to be an interesting battle here, Kane. Octane we know has got a lot of pace, but then so does SV5, so he can definitely defend. It's all about whether he can defend while getting those tyres back into range. And at Silverstone, that is no mean feat.
No, it's not. And as we've just seen the 1 hour countdown tick by, we could see SV5 come in for that pit stop, get a bit of a readjustment, come back and finish this race clear frame of mind. We also could see these two battle it out for the next 35-40 minutes. Either way, it's going to be very, very interesting. Flashado is seeming someone not having any difficulties with those tyres at the moment. He's got just over a 6-second lead to Albie. So very, very quick setup out there for the McLaren driver today. As we mentioned before, started in 11th position in the championship leading into this race. So good points on offer if he can hold this one out.
Yeah, there really will be. There really will be. Sorry. spilt coffee down my hand. There we go. Yeah, Flashato in the McLaren. He is looking very comfortably quick there, off in the lead, and he is no slouch with the lap times as well. If we jump on board with him, we can see 1 minute 59.6. So already a 6/10 quicker than what we saw in the Silver Series, and that's during the race. His last lap 2 minutes 0.7. I can't even do a 2 minute 0.7 in quali, and he's casually doing them during the race. So Flashato absolutely stamping his authority on this one with a 7-second lead back to Albie. A little bit of camera time there for the leader before we jump back down the pack to see if Octane and SV5 are getting on. Still a bumper to bumper between these two then. Cameraman off in the distance. Here we go back close up again. Octane still trying to close. Oh, both men just keeping it inside the mayo and the mustard. And Kane, have been told by one of our avid viewers that you got that the wrong way round. It's not the mustard in the mayo, it's the mayo in the mustard. It was a Dr. Nailbender that messaged in to say, your co-commentator has massacred my phrase, please make sure he says it the right way round. So it's the mayo and the mustard.
Dr. Nailbender doesn't realise I'm upside down, so it's actually reversed.
Right, okay. Much like the toilet flushing in the wrong direction. That's what it is.
Simple things. Doc. I'll have a chat to him. It's okay.
That's upside down land. Yeah, keeping it between the mayo and the mustard is what these drivers are absolutely managing to do, even though they are bumper to bumper. 36.5 minutes into the race. Octane has a look up the inside. SV5 doesn't make a defensive manoeuvre. He's happy to stay on the second apex. And that's exactly where he's going to be planted. He's going to have to send the Lexus round the outside. And I tell you, the Lexus, if you know the driver in front of you has got compromised tyres, trying to go around that outside. Did he just pull into the pits? He did.
SV5 swooped into the pits.
He really did. Absolutely pile in there. So SV5 comes in to take his mandatory pit stop with 53 minutes still to go. Acfra has taken his mandatory pit stop, but he is a fair chunk of change down the road. But it's going to be pretty close when SV5 comes out. But he should still be ahead of Acfra by the look of it. Oh, we've got a car spun. Oh, it's Tropic. No, it's not Tropic Rock. Who's that? Oh, it is Tropic Rot. The cameraman just couldn't see him. Tropic Rot has spun it. Maggots and Beckett. That is. So, yeah, the corner after Cops there. Maggots and Beckett's catching out Tropic. And he has taken his pit stop as well. So that will be massively detrimental if he can't get that one back under control. Flashato still leading the race with Albie in second. We've got Tumnos in third, Jack West Ham in fourth, and Car Mentalist in fifth. Did Jack just have a wiggle through loop there? I don't know if I caught that wrong, just as I was flicking through the cameras there. Car Mentalist in fifth, Militant sixth, Octane seventh, Ben Gallagher eighth, Neil Afonso in ninth, that guitar dude in 10th. Then it is SV5. Come on, cameraman. Who's come out the pits, and I'll tell you what, Acfra is ahead of him. So Acfra has made a pretty decent recovery there, and he's got himself back out ahead of SV5. Not by much, but he is ahead of him at the moment. So SV5 will be looking to reignite that battle very soon. Oh, Tropic Rot. Again, that's exactly the same place I thought I saw Jack wiggle, and I tell you what, Jack's coming in the pits. I think he did. I think Jack lit up his tyres just on the way into loop. Too heavy on the brakes. Militant coming into the pit as well. The track temperature at 43 degrees. So it's only dropped by 1 degree since the race started. I did expect to see the majority of the drivers try and get at least to the halfway mark. But that's Jack, Militant. Ben Gallagher has now come into the pit. So 3 in. There's 3 been in. And there's still a few out on track. 7.5 seconds then separates our leaders. Tumnos only a second and a half down on Albie. He is closing that gap. Tropic Rot, Jack West Ham leaving the pits now. Militant and Ben Gallagher still in there. Tropic Rot, he's still in the pits as well. grandstand finish then. We're going to see some crazy undercuts as well, I think. We certainly did in the silvers. Jack on the exit to the pits. Neil Alfonso and that guitar dude both getting through. So who dropped? Wasn't there 15? Who was it that dropped? Milanista. There you go, Simon. I knew we'd find a use for you eventually, Simon. Yeah, Milanista DC'd. He literally drove off. He did the full ET and just disappeared off into the barriers while he was battling for position with Nelio Afonso. So if you hadn't disconnected, you would guesstimate he'd be someplace in around 7th, 8th position at the moment. So that is a costly disconnect there for him. Tumnos though, Kane. We're looking at all the battles that are going on track. Something that's going silently unnoticed. That gap. Oh.
Ooh, and that's a stop-go for Tropic Rot in the pit lane there, John.
Yep.
Albie's into the pits, which puts Tumjos up into 2nd position. Just under 9 seconds behind the leader, Flashato. So, solid racing outs in the front of the pack there. Carl Mentalist comes into the pits now as well. So, these guys sensing the halfway mark and getting these pit stops done and dusted. Octane's made a great charge through the field. He's coming into the pits now as well. Who else is going to come into the pits? Neil Alfonso looked like he wanted to, but it was too far off to the left of the track.
Car Mentalist and Octane are in.
Yep.
Yeah, they've come in as well. I was actually going to talk about Tumnos. He was actually the guy I was about to focus on, because I was going to say we're talking about all the battles on track. Tumnos was closing that gap onto the driver ahead of him. Who was it?
Yeah, that was Albie.
Albie, yes. He was closing that gap.
At the moment. Yeah, so Albie maybe had a little bit of an off, a little bit of a mishap in that last lap. Yeah, we did see Tumjos close that gap rapidly. These guys getting out. That's Albie out of the pits. And
Oh, Car Mentalist. Wow, stop, go. 30 seconds, speeding in the pit lane. That is a schoolboy error from two of our pros, and I tell you what, it's a good thing for Car Mentalist he didn't need any points out with this race, because this would be a very difficult, sweaty, concerning position to be in right now. 30-second stop-go penalty, so yeah, Car Mentalist, he's going to be able to brush that off, but I'll tell you what, Kane, that could have been... Wow, imagine he did actually need points from this race. Woof, that would have been an absolute nightmare situation to be in.
Yeah, just slightly. Sure is a good thing. Car Mentalist did have it locked up before heading into this race. So that stop go is not going to be biting quite as hard as it could be. But still not a good way to end the season here for the Car Mentalist to find himself way back down the field. Tropic Rot also with that stop go is gonna have a race to forget also. Interesting to see here, Albie's just gotten out in front of Jack UFC. Jack West Ham, sorry.
Go with Jack UFC. I like that too. But he is a West Ham fan. He did confirm in the chat earlier in the Silvers that he is indeed a West Ham fan. That guitar dude.
That guitar dude, 4th place, yeah, into the pits now as well. So, as you mentioned earlier, halfway mark. Very likely for these guys to come in.
Yep, and they're flooding in now. Tumnos, the gap between him and Flashato is actually stretching out, so Flashato mercilessly cracking on towards the end of the race. In the Silvers, for anybody that wasn't watching earlier, why not? He's serious. It was an awesome race. We did see a driver, Mike Ferreira, actually pick up a drive-through penalty for track limits just before... Oh, Tropic Rot's pinned it. Did he keep that out of the wall? Oh yeah, Tropic Rot really not having a good time with it. In that Mercedes, that guitar dude, yep, he's still in the pits. Yeah, we said, so we saw Mike Ferreira pick up a drive-through for track limits before the end of lap 2. And I did suspect that we may see a few more, but that was the only drive-through that we saw in the silver race for track limits, which I was quite surprised about. We've already now 2 speeding in the pits. looking peak for Tropic. It is looking a bit difficult for Tropic right at the moment. Oh, we've had another follow. Wow. Der Bernd Melander fan. Bernd Melander fan. Thank you very much for the follow. Apologies if I've crucified your name, my friend. Der Bernd Melander fan. I really need to stop obsessing on these things. But thank you for the follow. For anybody that isn't in the chat does want to get involved in any of our races, jump onto Discord. There's the link. Give that a click. Get involved. Tell them the crazy commentator sent you. I won't actually do you any good at all. They'll probably ban you, in fact. But yeah, jump on board. PS4, PS5, of course, PlayStation, and PC races is what we get involved in. He's the guy that drives the F1 safety car. Drive with Eddie. Thank you for. I was going to say Drive with Eddie. Yes, you were racing yesterday, bud. Yes, that was great stuff. He's the guy that drives the F1 safety. Yeah, bet he is. Yeah, but no, Drive with Eddie. Yeah, that was great stuff. Honestly, I've just been saying it. If anybody hasn't seen the race, sorry, broken down record. If you haven't seen the races from the last 2 nights in the GT4s, go and watch them. 2 of the greatest races I've ever commentated on, and I don't like GT4 cars. So, that speaks volumes for how good those races were. Absolutely, just, yeah, incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. So, yeah, go back and watch it. Drive with Eddie, you were involved as well, mate. So, love to see it. It was really good. Just made me famous covering my overtaking. Hey, there's TJ as well. Mr. Deathzone typing in. Oh, right, okay, he's saying hi in Welsh to Simon. That's the longest word in the Welsh dictionary, Mr. Deathzone. MX Bloxham, I'm still stoked on the last 2 days. Congratulations on your CDA win. MX Bloxham, you and Borneo, absolutely worthy winners. Definitely 9th to 2nd with a no stopper around Mazzano. I know what I'm talking about half the time. The other half, I don't. But yeah, congratulations to you. TJ, how you doing, Mike? Welcome back, mate. Welcome back. Good to see you back in. No more follows for me to mispronounce in the last few minutes. So let's see how things are looking on track. Well, it depends who and where you are. For Flashato, it is looking pretty sweet at the moment, it has to be said. Tunlos currently running in second, Neil Afonso in third. These 3 drivers, the last 3 to take their pit stop. Of course, we will be keeping a wither eye on Albie, Jack and Militant. Militant, that's right, I said his name before. A lot of other drivers, including Acfra, SV5, Octane and Car Mentalist. He's got his stop go 32nd along with Tropic Rock. So absolutely.
I'm just keeping an eye on those guys in the pits there, John. Those stop goes don't look like they're clearing. Not too sure if that's a driver choice. They're not coming back out, but yeah, those guys look to be stuck in the pits at the moment. To comment to this Tropic Rock, Floppy Fox did retire from the race. He's been in the pits quite some time now, but yeah, these other 2 drivers to be done and dusted for the night as well. 42 minutes left. Lashado, that 12, almost 13-second lead now, stretching from Tumjos. Nearly Afonso, the last driver left to pit. So these guys out on track. Still 40 minutes left, 41 minutes left. Track temps only cooled that 1 degree, so still 43 degrees on track. Very warm out there indeed for this late afternoon race this evening.
In your morning.
In my morning, yes.
Your morning, yeah. Who won the Pro-Am? That's a good question, Mr. Deathzone. I did get told it was Camel Babo. ERT Camel Babo took the honours. He took the top spot in the Pro-Ams. So yeah, I do know what's happening there. Simon, got some buddies having a picnic with me in the pits. Yeah,
Yes.
so I've just remembered this. There is a bug on this where you can't get stuck in the pits with these stupid penalties. So I don't know if Car Mentalist and Tropic Rock have just given up the ghost or whether they won't actually be released by the pits.
Yeah,
I'm sure if that was the case.
usually the stop-go penalty disappears, and then they'll just it'll just show staying in the pits if they're not going to return back out. But these stop goes not.
Yeah, right enough.
Not
As soon as they
disappearing at
stop, the 30 seconds starts counting. They don't get a choice. Although he's
Correct,
yeah.
correct. So, first 30 seconds of that time in the pit should clear that penalty red mark, and yeah, then it'll show us either returning to track or, yeah, riding it out in the pits. But looks like it has bugged out. A few comments in the chat tonight saying do have a few little issues still here with Silverstone.
Yeah, we do. MX blocks him there. He's come up with the right. It's just far too hot. They've all just parked up. Alright, okay. I've spun 4 to 5 times in as many laps. Going to missile into someone at some point, so I'm not going to take the chance. Right, so Tropic Rot has decided that the rear of his car is a liability and has as much controllability as a Scud missile, and is likely to do just as much damage if he takes one of his competitors out. So Tropic Rot is going to chill in the pits with an ice cream. 44 degrees, can't say I blame ya. But no, it looks like, yeah, Tropic Rot has given up the ghost. Car Mentalist, very lucky. Doesn't need to tell you that stop-go penalty could have been an absolute killer, but such has been his consistency over the season. He's got this with 1 to go. Jack West Ham to jump Tumno. Oh, he has as well? Wow.
Yeah, I was waiting to get the chance to mention that quickly. John Tundras has come out in 4th position, so well behind Albie and Jack at the moment.
Wow, the undercut, huge.
Shadow's in the pits right now. Albie's just coming around the final corner. So Shadow still stopped. Released now, so he should be off and running.
Oh, this is going to be close. Albie's got the lead of the race.
It's going to be close.
No, it's not close. Albie's got the lead of the race. This isn't close. Albie's away.
The Shadow's still out in front.
Oh, just. I was going to say he's going to be slow. Oh, Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, I tell you what. This is incredible.
It's going to be a patient lap here from Flashada to get these tyres back up to 10.
Yeah, it really is.
Just
we
get
did
out
see.
here.
Sorry, I keep talking right over you. You talk, You talk, Kane. I'm going to have a drink of coffee.
Yeah, Albie's going to have a good run here on Flashado. Flashado on the fresh set of tyres, straight out of the pits. So, it'll be difficult here for Flashado to hold Albie off. But all he needs to do is do it for a couple of laps. We did see that pace from Flashado at the opening. So, should regain that, no doubt, and see if he can keep his car on the limits at the moment. Should see Flashado retain this lead. But yeah, it's going to be a nice 37 minutes left, John, to finish this race, and we might just be able to make it for me.
Whoa, close in village. Wow. That was very nearly the village people driving that car there. They got very, 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 very close indeed. That was very almost 2 become 1 as they come back on to the Wellington Straight. Let's get in the Helicam. Nope, still can't see anything. So yes, Simon and I observed. We did think we were seeing something like a 10-second undercut from the pits. And given that Flachattle had such a huge lead over Albie, then it's hard to disagree with that happening. The McLaren rear right tyre was done by the time my first stop in Silverstone is full of right-handers. Yeah, it is a tyre shredder of a track on a good day. I mean, it's not quite as bad as Barcelona, but certainly these track temperatures will definitely. Ooh, as we see Albie running a bit wide. Yeah, it did again. Tumos was running with Albie and now is way off. Yeah, so definitely. I mean, Tumnos, yeah, he's been overtaken by Jack. And even the gap between Albie and Flachattle. The gap between Albie and Flachattle was up by like 8 seconds. Something along the lines. And yeah, now the gap is clearly not 8 seconds. SOP Albie less than a second now in arrears to Flachattle as you see them come back round the board again. So it's Flachattle leading, Albie second, Jack West Ham up to 3rd place. Phenomenal race there, and we can see from the timing board that we've got a battle ensuing. Hi Parnia, how you doing? Getting ready for school. How's the cereal? Is she listening this week, Kane?
Never.
Ah. Ah, well.
Always too embarrassed.
Always too embarrassed. Oh, well, tell her I said hi anyway. Agfa trying to
She
close
is
up.
doing her cereal, but...
Just,
Oh, and that's Albie, John. Albie's
Oh!
just lost it to...
Where
Where are we there?
Abby.
Abby and Farm there.
Yeah, Abby and Farm,
Oh,
yeah.
just avoid Tumjos. The Tumjos passed.
Wow.
Oh, that was a big off there from Albie.
Yeah, that really
looked
was.
like he did come in contact with a wall there, so it's going to have a little bit of damage on that, as well as those tyres, as we've seen from previous spins in these cars. They're going to be well lit up now. Track temperature just dropping again now to 42 degrees. So we say dropping, it's not getting any cooler, but
Yeah, you can now scramble. You can only scramble your eggs instead of straight frying them. So
yes,
yeah.
that's right.
Must have taken too much inside curb. Yeah, he really did. Why is this leaning to the side? Uh-oh. You have a tilting problem. I'll fix that later. Yeah, just having a check there.
John.
You what? Sorry, bud?
Sit up straight, fixes that.
Oh, so it does. That's genius. Octane on SV5 once again then. This time it's the battle for 8th place. We've got Floppy Fox, Tropic Rot and Car Mentalist in the pits to finish the race. They've retired. Car Mentalist, of course, Series Championship. Series Champion with a race to spare. Again, cannot stress how highly that is an achievement all on its own, given the strength of the rest of the field. Akfra is the man trying to close in on his ERS teammate Militant in 5th. Albie is back up and holding on to 4th with Tumnos in 3rd, and Jack West Ham is now up to 2nd position with Le Chateau 6.3 seconds in the lead. Albie's an incredible driver. Shame he's had a bad series. All that hard work and undercut. I know racing is a tough sport. Yep, the chat definitely. Absolutely cannot argue with that. It really is. The highs and the lows. I experienced them all last night in my own attempt to race. Let's not talk about that anymore. Octane on SV5 though. We're definitely going to be talking about this along the Hamilton Straight. Octane keeping it very close into club. Hasn't managed to get the exit though. So into Farm, the right-hander. Into Village once again. They're going to be close. Akfra on Militant. Teammate on teammate. Slides his way out.
Floppy Fox got on board in the pits there, John. Just mentioned in the chat. I'm off. I'm back out on track. I'm going to promise to avoid any issues. Not to cause any issues. So Floppy Fox back out on track to finish the race here for the final 32 minutes in that Ferrari. Good, exactly, yeah. Other guys, unfortunately, look to be glitched out, sitting in the pits there. What is fortunate is Car Mentalist did have the series locked up and in the bag heading into this race, so he'll actually just be sitting back watching all the other battles unfold out there on track right now. Albie with that unfortunate, as we did say, he's had a couple of issues this season and still came into this race 3rd in the championship, so 13 last week and 8th at Spa. Unusual for driver of Albie's caliber. But yeah, had a couple of issues, but as we say, still up in the top 3. So I said it before, you never count Albie out. And still, still 30 minutes left in this race. He's got Tumjos still in his sights here, so do not count Albie out. Tropic Rot has returned as well, so all of that bug, glitch, pit stop, go rubbish we talk, nonsense. Tropic Rot has made its way back out on the track as well.
Good to see. Let's have a look at down the rest of the field. It is Octane and SV5 that are our closest battling pair at the moment, and Jack, even though he's on a charge, let's not take away from anything that Jack's done. He absolutely mullered his way through the field to get himself up to 2nd, but Flashato still, after that scare out the pits from Albie, is now stretching the lead once again. 8.7 seconds he is now up the road from Jack in the Bentley. So that McLaren and Flechatl absolutely dialed in. And if I'm not mistaken, I might be, I do believe this is going to be Flechatl's first win of the series. Why is this website always so slow? Is this Flechatl's first win of the series? I think it is. He finished second at Spa. But for a driver, I mean, again, it just goes to show that, like I keep talking about this, for car mentalists to win with a week to spare, when you've got drivers like Flechatl don't even have a race win under their belt this series. Incredible driving from car mentalist. But just again shows you the strength. Flechatl currently sitting 11th in the championship. He's only completed 3 races, to be fair. 11th in the championship with a second, but this is going to be his first race win of the series if he can guide it home. The gap now 9.6 seconds. So in the time it's taken me to waffle all that, he's extended the gap once again. Ooh, Octane. Magnussen, Beckett, Stu Chappell, he's going to pick up a warning for that because he clearly didn't lift as the gap hasn't diminished or increased. In fact, it has diminished. It's not increased, so he's definitely going to pick up a little slap on the wrist there. 29 minutes to go. We've got Akfra still closing in on his teammate Militants. There will be team orders there, which are race to the death. I can absolutely assure you they will definitely be going for it for the personal glory, if nothing else. Akfra in the BMW trying to get past his teammate Militant in the Porsche. Jack 9.9 seconds in arrears. Tumnos 2.4 seconds. It's going to be a great finish for Tumnos as well. 15th in the championship with a DNF and a non-start as well in there. He finished 16th in round 2. Our original visit to Donington. And here we see him looking very, very, very good for a podium. 20 minutes to go. The final race of the series. And it has been, let's face it, Kane, it's been a phenomenal series. Oulton Park, Donington, Brands Hatch, Spa, return to Donington and Snetterton last week. To round off with Silverstone. For you and I, definitely been an absolute pleasure and been some seriously, seriously competitive racing right across the whole 7 weeks of this Pro Series.
Sure has, and we look to nothing other than that, where guys always putting on a huge display out there for the viewers and us to commentate and try and find where where the action isn't really. That's the hardest part, keeping up with all the action on track here with these guys. Akra still closing on Militant, but yes, been a fantastic season. Can't wait for the autumn series to get underway and all those tracks be announced in the coming weeks. Get your time trials out there, join the Discord, everybody, get on board. Do have plenty of splits to get involved in and come and test yourselves against the best.
Yeah, certainly will be. As Kane says, there's going to be much, much more of this to come. Octane in 9, still closing that gap on SV5, keeping them very, very, very honest indeed. Let's just have a look at this. Just checking some of the other points there. It's going to be an interesting finish then for a few of these drivers battling out to get this automatic promotion. Tumnos is closing the gap as well. That is Jack just in front of him there, and I'm on the wrong screen. Let's change that over to there. Kieran Clifford, I only have 95 biddies and your restrictions have not worked in your favour. Your what restrictions? Right, Kieran, what have I done? Ah, Kieran, you're going to have to clue me in into what he's done there. I don't know what I've missed. What restrictions, bud? have I killed the sound or something? What have I done? You've confused me. Everyone's confusing. Come on, what are you doing? 100 minimum cheer? What do you mean 100 minimum cheer limit? What? Kane, Octane and SV5, talk to me about the action you can see on screen, mate. I'm just about to check up on a couple of things, bud.
Yes.
Kane's
No
not there,
worries.
it's fine, Kane. I'll take over just now until you're ready, bud. Octane and SV5 then are going hammer and tong. They've just come through. Cops are going to go into Magus and Beck as SV5. Very much feeling the pressure from the legs as Agfra's come back into the pits. Listen to Clifford, he's P1 podium finisher. Did you finish, Kane? Did you win tonight? Get in! Well done. Yes, get in. Team RTS bringing home another victory. Hell yeah! Oh yeah, this summer, one man, one desire. All he wanted was the top step of a podium. Kieran Clifford is sim racing. Yeah, well done, bud. Congratulations, congratulations. Agfra is in the pits. He's coming back out the pits. Maybe needed a splash and dash of fuel. Maybe needed a fresh set of tyres. But he's now down to 11th, and Neil Afonso cruising on through. Octane and SV5 still going at hammer and tong. And I tell you what, here is the battle we all wondered whether we would get. And I'll tell you what it is. Tumos and Jack West Ham absolutely going at it here. Now let's just have a look here and here. And I tell you what, Kane, you there, Kane? They are very, very, very close indeed. These battle for the last two podium spots. Oh, it's going to be a fun one as they come into Cops. The right-hander there. Oh, both men managing the curb.
I'm here and I'm not here, John.
You're here and you're not here, Kane. You're here and you're not here. Love it, love it,
Here,
love
I'm
it.
on. I'll let the chat know just what time it is. I'm on school run duties this morning, so give me 5 minutes, let me get that sorted, and I'll rejoin you for the rest of the race.
Excellent. In case anybody wonders, that is, you talk about some of the drivers being dedicated. That's the level. Oh, look at this. He's going to go up the inside. They're going to go side by side. Never mind Kane's dedication. Look at this dedication to getting yourself up on the podium. Tumnos up the inside of Jack. Oof. Absolutely cracking move through Stowe. Exits down through Vale into the club chicane. And the Hamilton Straight will be a happy hunting ground for the Ferrari driving FRT. Tumnos gets the move done on Jack West Ham. Absolutely stunning. Albie's typing in the chat. Are you driving at the moment? How do you pros manage to type and drive at the same time? Albie's in the pit. Albie's in the pit. He's at least typing from the pit. You did give a go at Albie. Never count out Albie, my friend. We absolutely love you on stream and on track, mate. Albie's in the pits again. Yep, no, he's in the pits again. Getting himself fixed up. Octane still in 7th then. They've been promoted because Albie is in the pits. Lap the tyres in the back Ferrari. Yeah, there we go. Two-stopper. Well, I'll tell you, the way the tyres have been going off, I mean, in the race 1, Mike, well, you've seen it yourself, Mike. What was it? 4 cars went off at Cops. At the same time, Albie, look at that. How's that for irony? Albie comes out the pits right behind Flashato. Only he's 10 places in arrears. So that is not exact. Well, it is kind of where he wanted to be, but not where he wanted to be. As Amber was Mr. Deathzone, did you spill oil on the track? Somebody reckoned that Bernie had put the sprinklers on. Just to get us GT3ers. GT cars off his beloved Formula 1 track. But it's much better racing with GT cars than it is in these silly Formula 1 things. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not biased, you are. Flashato in the McLaren, 33 laps in, 21 minutes to go, 14 seconds in the lead. It's Tumnos that's now in 2nd place, and he is enjoying a nice bit of a purple patch here at the end of the race. He's got one over on Jack West Ham, and he's extending that gap very comfortably. Militant in 4th. Ben Gallagher up to 5th, despite starting at the back of the grid, serving a quali ban for this race. SV5 is in 6th at the moment. He's got Octane, another driver that started the race with a quali ban, so from the back he's up to 7th. That Guitardage 8th, Neil Afonso is in 9th. We've got Agfra in 10th. Albie is in 11th place at the moment. There's Floppy Fox and Tropic Rot then out of the pits. The two Indigo Lime Evo drivers having a cracking contest. Here's Carmentos, of course, our championship winner, retired to the pits. And we'll finish the race from there. Fronts have got to go. Oil spill. He owns Paul Ricard. Haha, he does indeed. He does indeed. Octane in 7th. Tropic Rot still down in 12th. 2.9 seconds now, the gap between Tumnos and Jack. So I don't know if Jack's maybe got himself a bit of an issue, or is just nursing at home. Albie's tried his best to get a lap out with the Ferrari. Yeah, it's clearly not happening. As we all know, sometimes if you damage these cars, even when you come in the pits to get them repaired, they don't actually repair them. They just rip the broken bits off. And Albie forgot to change tyres. Albie. It's heartwarming to know that someone of alien pace makes the same silly mistakes that I make sometimes. So thank you for that, bud. Super spicy milk. That's actually a great cure for head colds and colds, by the way. It's called golden milk. They make it in... where does it make it? I'm sure it's from India. And you put saffron and turmeric. That's what it is, turmeric. You put all that stuff into milk. It is really spicy milk, and I tell you what, it really does cure all the ails you. So super spicy milk, thank you very much for the follow. Let me just have a look. If you want to get involved in the race, and if you like what you see on screen, let's face it, how could you not? You could jump into the Discord group and get yourselves involved. Console, PlayStation, and PC. Where we have servers and put on races, endurance races. We have series galore, Saturday night specials and GT4 races to absolutely die for. Never thought I'd be the one saying that. If you don't like the racing but you do like getting involved in the watching and the listening and the typing in the chat, you can give us a follow on Twitter. Keep up to date with all the social media, all the activities, and find out exactly what we're getting up to and when. You can even keep up to date with our funky SOP liveries, because the cars really do look hot. Thank you very much, Black Goldsaw. Not only a ridiculously quick driver, but not too shabby when it comes to throwing together the odd livery or four. What else have we got? We've got Twitter. We've also got Facebook. I'm just showing off because I made all this work. It's not even that impressive on Twitter. People do Twitch. People do this all the time, but I'm really impressed with myself. I finally got it to work without the bot banning everybody that said hello. And I think if we type in YTube as well. Yes, YouTube. There we go. That's our YouTube channel. All the races that we race. All the races that we race. All the races that we broadcast are uploaded there for you to watch at your viewing pleasure. Again, can't stress this enough. The last 2 days, Sunday night's series finale of the GT4s is a must watch. It was at this very track, Silverstone. Guarantee you, you will not be disappointed start to finish. And Saturday night as well, the 75-minute Coach Dave Academy special from Misano. Again, what a race. Do yourself a favour, go back and watch it. We're seeing Octane and SV5, ding ding ding, seconds out, round 72. Coming out of Maggots and Beckett's, and Lexus backs off once again. Jack definitely dropping off the back then. Tumnos 15.6 seconds from the leader. He's 4.7 seconds ahead of Jack now. So Tumnos on for an absolutely cracking finish. Militant is the man in fourth. Hoping that gap to Ben Gallagher doesn't reduce at the rate it is, because if it does, it's going to be an interesting closing 5 minutes for Militant. And here we can see the battle for 6th, SV5 and Octane 06. 6th and 7th. That gets hard at 8th. Neil Alfonso 9th and Agfra in 10th. We've got I'll be back out on track on the right set of tyres this time. Discord link doesn't work. Huh? Let me just... What? Okay. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Let me just see if
Hello.
Good
We're back.
morning.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is.
Wherever you are.
Breakfast time here.
There we go, super spicy milk. Give that link a try. Let me know how you got on with that one. These things... oh, your invite link expires in 7 days. Okay. Right, I will change that. Sorry, yes, I have made a slight mistake when... okay, yeah. But that link there that you've got there, that one I've just changed in the chat. There you go. Boom, perfect. That will definitely get you in. And yeah, I will make the necessary adjustments to make sure that that's a valid link when you type in exclamation mark Discord. I didn't know they expired after 7 days. It's amazing what you learn every single day. Octane and SV5 though, Kane, we have been absolutely glued to these two battling. The Ferrari and the Lexus have been right on top of one another for the last 4 or 5 laps. 15 minutes still to go. The rest of the field is looking pretty comfortably decided at the moment. But these two here, Octane and SV5, definitely no quarter given or asked, and it's going to be some interesting points finishes from what we see. But yeah, these two still going in at hammer and tong as we see them once again coming into Stone Vale.
Yeah, it's exactly the same battle I left. As I disappeared briefly, these guys have been locked in it for quite some time now. Octane closed the gap nearly every corner, almost. SOP, SV5 done a good job to hold off that Lexus behind for now. Still 14.5 minutes left. We have a few more laps there. Flashado's stretched that lead again, John. Been a strong performance from the McLaren driver out there tonight. Going to see plenty of points his way. And a good jump up the championship too. He's gonna ask Simon in the chat to work those points out for us. Where's this finish going to put Flashado for the standings? Currently on 72 points. 6th place is 85 points, Neil Alfonso. So good jump in points for Flashado. Neil Alfonso down in 9th. Yeah, going to be interesting, as you said before, John. Lots of points to be thrown around at the end of this race. He's going to see some shuffle up and down that leaderboard, no doubt. Albie having that awful little spin there and putting his race to finish. Still back out on trap there, a couple laps down. I did manage to catch a little bit of that chat. Albie managed not to change tyres and having a few little offs. It is quite reassuring to know these guys are somewhat human at times, not just alien paces. Octane's pushing the limits there.
Yeah, it really is. He really is. Albie just done a 159.6. So still showing that alien pace even after those mistakes, as we say, making the rest of us feel just a little bit more human with his mistakes. 14 out on track. Mr. Des, with tracks like this, they do tend to spread out a little bit, and with only 14 cars out on track, it does.
Ooh, and Octane's locking up the tyres there, John. It's not going to get a good exit from that. Man, doesn't seem to have lost too much time from that Ferrari in front, though, so doing awfully well to hold on to that there.
Yeah, he really is. He really, really, really is. Let's have a run down the field, though. Oh, bit of dust kicked up there. Floppy Fox then out in 14th position. Carmental is 13th. Tropic Rot in 12th. Then it's Albie back out on track in 11th. Agfa in 10th. Neil Alfonso in 9th. That Guitar Dude in 8th with Octane 06 in 7th place. SV5, the driver, just ahead of him. These two as likely to change positions as not. We'll see how that one goes. Ben Gallagher, great run from him, up to 5th with Militant in 4th, just ahead of him. Then it is the podium sitters at the moment. Jack still losing a bit of time to Tumnos, who is losing the time to Flashato. So these three drivers still putting in some very, very, very quick laps indeed. But 38 laps in, and not very many laps to go, maybe about 5. And it looks like Flashato is very, very, very comfortably going to take this. Silvers was super busy. The Silvers were super busy right down to the end. What was there, 17 for that race? So, yeah. But we've got, I'm sure, is Leon not in this league as well? A couple of guys missing. That's the problem with this time of year. Everyone disappears off on holiday. What's going on? What's going on? Come on. But we will be back with full grids for the Zolder race. I tell you, this Lexus is still looking very quick.
Someone not losing time, sorry, John. Ben Gallagher out there closing rapidly on Militant at the moment. Ben's come from 15th position at the start with that driver, qualifying ban, sorry, up into 5th and has, closed that gap to Militant somewhat in the last lap. got a second in the last lap, so Militant might be running a little light on the fuel or some tyre issue there or something, or Ben might just be on that right charge. But almost got that gap under a second now, so Ben looking for a very strong finish to the end of the season as well.
Yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is. He would certainly love to get in the top 4, or to get that 4th place. That was Octane's close again. Yeah, no, I'm just looking at that actually. I'm keeping an eye on that as well. It's finely balanced between those two little groups, 4th through to 7th. Ben, if he could get up to 4th, that would be a great finish, considering he's just carved his way 11 places through the field in the pro race. Some Silverstone mistakes have certainly helped some of the drivers' positions, but you've got to be in it to win it, and to finish first, you must first finish. And it's the drivers like Octane and SV5 and Ben Gallagher is going to have a great finish no matter what, considering, like I say, he started from the back of the grid with a quali ban after last week's race. But he is still putting pressure.
Oh, Militant spinning at Cops as well,
Cops.
John. Ben Gallagher doing extremely well to avoid that contact, which, yeah, sees Ben take that position straight away.
Yeah, it does, so there we go. And Mr. Deathzone straight in with the I'm in the wall wings, because that's exactly what just happened. So again, another driver, Cops here tonight. I love those spinning emotes he's got, man. I want some of them. Squirrel. But yeah, Cops proving to be a very, very, very difficult endeavour this evening for our drivers. Didn't even need a maniacal, title-hungry McLaren Mercedes driver popping them up the inside into the wall. They're doing this all on their own. No, fingers crossed, touch wood, no track limit penalties in this race. We've seen 2 drivers speeding in the pit be penalised.
John's just ruined it. I apologise to all of the field out there who are now under very strict conditions. The next guy to look at the outside of the track, he's going to get an... oh dear. On you go, John.
Indeed, Danny.
Curse the next driver.
No, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll say hi to Danny Jansen. Danny Jansen, good evening and welcome to SOP Motorsports Monday Night Summer Series. It's the finale. We'll be back again on Saturday with more racing. Don't you worry. Wednesday night, PCs. Porsche Series. Are they on this week or off? I should check my calendar. But Danny, bottom line is, thank you for the follow, bud. Welcome to the gang. If you want to get involved in the racing, my friend, PlayStation and PC is where it's at. Give that Discord link a click, because that's the one that works as opposed to the other one I broke. And you could get involved in the racing that you're seeing on track. This is the end of a 90-minute race here at Silverstone. Mandatory pit stop for all our drivers. And it has been Flashato who has been flawless. 40 laps in, he is 16 seconds to the good. With 7 minutes to go, that gap is only going to keep on stretching. With Tumnos, the man, very, very, very deserving drive as well for Tumnos to get himself up on the podium. Absolutely phenomenal. And like I say, he is stretching that gap out. To the Bentley of Jack West Ham, 9.4 seconds is now that gap. Ben Gallagher up to 4th after we saw the spin from Militant in Cops. Then is the ever-tempting battle that is SV5 and Octane, 6th and 7th. That guitar dude in the McLaren in 8th, Neil Afonso 9th, Akfra down in 10th, Albie down in 11th, Robic Rock 12th, Floppy Fox in 13th, and Car Mentalist in 14th place. Oh, and Octane's had a spin into club. He's had a mistake into club. And I tell you, he's been left behind then. So the last bastion of battledom on track, and that has been put to bed by Octane. Oh, come on, cameraman. You really seriously can't keep up? Let's go back to Helicam. They look like cartoon cars, but at least the cameraman can keep up on what's going on. Not that anybody in the commentary box can, because Octane's just spun the car coming through club, and he's now dropped off the back of SV5. Someone at SV5 will be very pleased to see, I am sure. And Octane's just disconnected from the server. Ah, he's just driven right off into the sand, and yeah, that is a disconnect there. So I wonder if he had a problem with his connection the lap before. Ah, server disconnects. You hate to see it. That is one of the downfalls of console, unfortunately. So it's Flashato leading. Tumnos, Jack West Ham still on the podium. Oh, poor Octane. Ben Gallagher 4th, Militant in 5th. And Octane, yeah, that was a disconnect because he's joined, or he's trying to rejoin. His name's just popped back up on the leaderboard. Is he going to get back in? We shall see. SV5 in that Guitard 6 and 7. Neil Alfonso in 8th. Oh, I thought he was at the pits there. Act for 9th. Octane is back in. So he did get disconnected and he's just reconnected. That is...
Just going to have an unfortunate wait there involved with that reconnect. John's going to have probably 2 minutes. Is it close to 2 minute wait there? But good to see Octane rejoining.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, as always, with these disconnects.
Yeah, that's a painful one. That's a painful one. But yeah, he will be penalised for joining. There's nothing we can do about that, but it's just the way the servers run now. It's a 2 minute wait. So he's going to be held there for pretty much an entire lap before he is re-released into the wild, so to speak, to join the rest of his Pro Series drivers on track to finish the race. It's given some weird readings as well now. It says that Albi is 2 minutes down on Octane. I'm not sure how that one's going to work out as well, but it has been. Mr. Desso on car for next season. He reckons he's going for the Porsche. Ask if anybody's tried the Aston recently on the PS4. But yeah, the field are now well and truly spread out, but there's going to be some interesting points tallying to get done, especially with the drop round to be taken into consideration. I'm trying to open that, but again, yeah, so it is. Oh, and it's just changed again. There we go, we're back up and running. So with Floppy Fox finishing down in 13th. He was, of course, 5th in the championship. Militant and Albi are going to finish ahead of him. So is Jack. So Jack is on for an absolute monster finish. And he is going to overtake Militant to take 2nd in the championship. He is. Albi's going to take 2nd in the championship from Militant. There we can see SV5. Got a back marker hovering around there. It's not Floppy Fox, it's the other Ferrari. Oh, it's SV5. That's SV5 and Albi, sorry. Running side by side. So yeah, so there's going to be some movers and shakers in the overall championship standings. Definitely by the end of this race. Ben Gallagher as well. 42 points with no Clueless God or Chromodix or Bez or Leon Seeley racing. He's going to very quickly vault past a lot of those drivers with this finish, now that he's in 4th, just outside the podium positions. 2 minutes left to go. Oops. And he's run a bit wide there. Octane still in the pits. It looks like he's just going to finish there. Let's face it, hardly any point. Drive through. Oh! Tropic Raw. Sorry. You've got to drive through for track limits. That's not bad though, Kane. 43 laps at Silverstone, highly competitive laps, and to only see one drive-through for track limits, that's not too bad in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, it's been a outstanding race from all the drivers out there. None other than Flashato as well. Huge drive from that McLaren driver to finish the season. 17 seconds out in front. Ben Gallagher also with that huge drive from all the way back down the field. A couple of drivers out there have a few issues. We've had disconnects, we've had spins, we've had reconnects, we've had stop-go penalties. We've had everything tonight, John. Huge end of the season, no doubt.
Indeed it is, indeed it is. It doesn't look like we will be treated to our mandatory last lap overtakes that this lot do like to throw our way. It is going to be a procession finish, but it's going to be a very well-earned win for Flashato. Absolutely crucifying the rest of the field. Almost 18 seconds ahead. And 30 seconds left, so it's... Wait a minute, I said the leader was on the final lap. I'm confused. Is he about to cross the line and win the race, or is he going to get... Oh no, so now the leader's on the final lap. Octane in the pits, Tropic Rob the drive-thru, Floppy Fox and Car Mentalist both in the pits. The rest of the field very much spread out, so let's stay on board with the man who should be taking all the plaudits and applause. That is Flashato. Flawless race from start to finish. 1 minute 59.3, his quickest lap during the race, which again, that's not too shabby in these temperatures, considering the amount of battle on track. The white flag, yep, waving the white start. Mr. Desson says he wants a restart. Yeah, no thanks, mate. This is my third hour of commentating live motorsports. My throat is gone. I should hopefully make it to the end. We shall see, we shall see. Kane's praying that I do, but yeah, that's it. We're on the last lap now, so I'm sure I'll survive. And here we go, coming around the last corner. Oh no, this is a Hamilton Straight. Coming along the Hamilton Straight into Farm Abbey and Village. And yeah, Kane, what a season that has been. Flashato looks like he's getting the final checkered flag, no problem at all, as Kane has to mute his mic for the aeroplanes flying overhead.
That one flew just over the roof, I'm sure.
I think you might have stolen your TV aerial, but just double check.
Oh, the problems. First world problems we face. Yeah, huge series, John. It's been a massive honour to commentate, as always, these drivers. Every race putting it on display. Cannot wait for the next season to begin. Flashato now coming around that last corner to take his first win of the season. Getting a little bit wobbly there. You want to be careful. Still got a corner to go. Flashato well and truly out in front tonight for the win, but John, huge end for his season.
Yeah,
and,
really is.
A great race all round.
Yeah, it really was. So Flashato, as we say, magnificent performance this evening to take the final checkered flag of the season. And Mr. Desson, great drive from the top three. Exactly right. Jack clinches P2 in the championship. So unbelievable drive from him. And let's not count out Tumnos here. Takes a second place. Great drive from Tumnos in the Ferrari. Jack, of course, coming home in third. Will take second in the championship. Ben Gallagher started in 15th. He's got himself up to 4th with Militant in 5th position. SV5, sorry, all over the back of him actually. Brooklands into the right-hander of Luffield for the final time. Does SV5 have a trick up his sleeve? He's got another Ferrari just behind him. And no, SV5 will come home to take 6th. Militant with the 5th place finish. That guitar dude is going to get 7th. Akfra. Oh my goodness, has Akfra run out of fuel? Akfra.
Oh, does look like Akfra has run out of fuel, John.
He has, and Neil Afonso's overtaken him. He has. Wow. So Neil Afonso, he is going to get himself up 1 position. Or he's shooting yet. There we go. Oh, I tell you what, I'll be, yeah, wow, I'll be 10th, Octane 11th, Tropic Rock 12th, Floppy Fox 13th, Car Mentalist Series Champion in 14th position. Akfra runs out of fuel. Grandstand finish right down to the last lap once again, Kane. They really just keep doing it, don't they?
They sure do. They sure do. That's going to be the end of me, John. I have to run. I'm running late. It's been a fantastic season, but can't wait to get involved again. Everybody enjoy the break. Fantastic driving all round. Catch us all again soon.
Yes, thank you, Kane. You've been phenomenal all season. Apparently, have a good day at school. Kane, we'll catch you all soon, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, and he's already gone. Yeah, so we've got Kane off to take care of parenting duties. I was going to say there, just shows the dedication, never mind the drivers. Kane gets up at like 5 in the morning and does all this before he takes his daughter to school. So there we go. See you at lunchtime, Kane. Yes, you probably will. SOP Jimmy Boy Horn has won the AM series. Thanks for the commentary, guys. Great series. Thanks to all in pro. It was a lot of fun. Great event as always. Hope we start next season soon. You, me, and everyone else as well. I can definitely assure you, I cannot wait to get this going again. I'm off for a lie down, a quick munch, and possibly a game of Warzone before I go to my bed, just to calm down a bit. That was, yeah, great fun. Super Spicy Milk, just found you guys. Loved watching. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the follow as well. Jump on the YouTube channel and onto the Twitch channel. They've got loads of back catalogue of races you can watch. Absolutely phenomenal. 10 races next season. I think the maximum we could do is 8 or 9. But yeah, or 10 even. I'd be up for that. I'd be up for that. And half of it wet. Yep, there we go. Mr. Death Zone for President. SOP Motorsport doesn't look too keen. We've got another follow as well. RacerX6311, thank you for the follow, along with Danny Jansen. Super Spicy Milk. Derbenda Melander fan. Alariza D1, Lady M28. Who else? Louis BL93, Etienne with a subscription as well tonight, and Thunder04 with a follow. Turned down for what? Can I show the standings again? It won't be the final standings, but there is the standings pre-race. In fact, what I could do if I 2 seconds, copy, broadcast comms, paste. Okay, if I'm quick. So there's how the series, the final race started, and there is the finishing points. So there we go. I believe it finishes Car Mentalist, ERS, Militant, and Jack. That is provisional, of course. Jack, yeah, no wonder, mate. I'm sweating here commentating, bud. And yeah, let's not even talk about what I'm wearing. But there is the pre and post race results for everyone. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal ending to the season. That really is a shame about Floppy, you're right. But listen, thank you once again to everybody who got involved in the series. Congratulations to Car Mentalist, winner of the SOP Summer Series Pro Split. You saw the drivers that were on show there. Absolutely no mean feat at all. So well done to him, and well done to everyone else that won their divisions. We look forward to seeing you all again in your promoted tiers next season. Wednesday night, I can't remember if we've got a Porsche Cup or if that's on a week off this week and we're back next week, but there is PC Porsche Cup races still to come. Of course, we've got the SOP Endurance Series that's coming up on a Sunday, and we'll have, of course, our Saturday night specials to get involved in. The only way to do that is to get onto Discord. Click the link. Why is that not working? It's not working. Come on. What are you doing to me here? Invite people. I'm going Christopher Walken. Come on. What's going on? There we go. SOP. GG, another great season as always. 31 male Cardiff. I'm 43. Let's go less than them. My MSN hero. But yeah, that is enough of my waffling. I'm going to go to lie down in a darkened room, recover from that. Thank you to everybody who watched. Thank you to everyone that drove. Thank you to everyone that's helped me in the commentary box this season. I know you have all tried your best to keep me in check, and you've all done a marvellous job, so thank you for that. And I will see you all again very, very, very soon. Take it easy. Thank you all for watching again. Stay safe. Good night.